Hey guys, it's Kim, Angel Dream Crafts, and I'm here with another project share for Craft Supplies for You. And if you've been following along on my videos, you know that I have been doing some fabric dyeing using the Dylon dyes. And this time I'm showing what I got with the tropical green. Now last week I did show you a little bit with this because I ended up getting some turquoise out of the green. I don't know why, but that happened. And I had done a purple and sort of turquoise blue fairy wall hanging. And today I'm using just the green, and you can see when it's green, it's very green. And this is some lace from Julie's store. This is really stepping outside my comfort zone because I don't normally work with green. This is a little gimp trim from Julie's store. And this is a collar that I had in my stash, a vintage collar, and I put it in the green dye to get the leaves on the collar to turn green. So those are some of the things that I have used. And I also did some muslin for my base, and I put some felt in between and then another piece of muslin on the back, and then the doily here from my stash just to give it some stability so it would lay nice and flat on the wall. So this is what it looks like, and I am calling this Erin the Irish Fairy because I was inspired by this beautiful little image by Brian Frode, and she's got lots of green and yellow in her, so I thought that would work out well. And the green, of course, reminded me of Ireland, and I thought that I would just go in that direction with the green. Again, I'm stepping outside my comfort zone, so I hope that you guys like my project. I'm a little nervous about sharing it, but so let me get started here and show you what I've used from Craft Supplies for You. As I said, I used the muslin base, and I've used lots of trims from Craft Supplies for You. The one at the bottom here is this beautiful sort of brownish ecru trim from Julie's store, and it's got these lovely long dangles at the bottom here. So I used that. And then this is one of Julie's newer ones. So I just kept layering and layering. I think this trim she might be sold out of because there's a sale going on, and today is the last day. July 8th, 2017 is the last day for the sale, and it's 25% off. And a lot of people have been taking advantage of the sale, so I think she's sold out of a fair bit of things now, but there's still tons in the store, so please do go and look. But I think this one she's out of, this dangle trim. I think she's out of that one. I'm pretty sure she still has some of this one, though. This is one of her newer ones. Let me see if I can get a bit closer. There we go. And it's a beautiful beige trim. I love this one. It's so pretty. So there's that one. I wonder if I can just put a piece of card or something behind that, if that would help you see it a bit better. Yeah, that's a little better. So that's the beige trim, and it's got these nice long dangly bits as well. And then the next one is one of her flatter trims, and I just gathered it with a needle and thread. Then I added some dangles from my stash, and then this little dangle here, that one there, is from Julie's store as well, but I tea dyed it, so that's to get that color. And then I used this last one here, right here, and I just again gathered that with the needle and thread. And then I went around the image with this really well, the bottom on the top of this, I put this pretty little gimp trim that I didn't even know Julie had in her store, so I'm going to be using that gimp trim a lot. I love it. And then I used this little green trim that I showed you at the beginning all the way around the image, and that was dyed. And it took the dye like just beautifully. So that was cool. And these are from Julie's store, these beautiful dangles, but I know she sold out of these and she's trying to get these back in. Let me see here. There we go. Yeah, she sold out of these, but I had a couple in my stash still, so I used them. And I added a couple of the little green clay flowers to the little flower sections on there. There you can see, I think. There you go. So I just used the really tiny little green clay flowers. And then I layered on some of the green leaves from the collar. You can see here. And I just kept layering and layering and layering. The base on top of the muslin, I used the very wide bridal trim that I got in my DT kit this month. And I'm going to put a link to my DT kit at the end of this video. So you can see what it looked like, but you can see a little bit of it up here at the top. And that kind of muted the green down a little bit in the background, because I think if I had used tons of it, it just would have been overwhelming. So I think I achieved a good mixture with the creams and the whites and the touches of the green. At least I'm hoping so anyway. I hope you guys like it. Like I said, very outside of my comfort zone. And I had some doilies in my stash that had some shamrocks on it. So I cut a shamrock out here and I added it. And then I added a little flower from my stash. And then I added another shamrock up here at the top from a doily I had, and also added a flower. And down the side, I used this beautiful trim from Julie's store. I absolutely love this trim. It's my favorite right now. I love it. So I went down both sides with this trim because I felt, you know, it's got the leaves on it and little flowers and things like that. So I thought that would work. Excuse me. And then I just kept playing around with it and layering and adding things, taking things off, things like that. Because, you know, it's all, to me, it's like a big puzzle and you kind of fit it all together. And I added a couple of these butterflies from my stash. And this sword charm is from my stash, but I think Julie's going to try and get these in her store. I just love these little sword charms. They're so adorable. So I think she's going to try and get those. But I added this little charm from Julie's store, which is a little fairy sitting on a moon. And then I added the little silver crown from Julie's store right here. And then at the top, I had this in my stash, which is the Claudia, and it has a shamrock, and I put it on a green sort of brass backing, and then I had this crown in my charm, so I put that at the top. And then these two flowers are from my stash as well, which Julie may be carrying in the future. Not sure yet, though. But I had them in my stash. So that's basically it, and you can see that I added some of the green leaves in and around in different places. So I hope you like it, and there is going to be photos at the end because I know it's hard to see sometimes what I'm doing. The lighting in my craft room is not that great, but I hope that you can see it. I did add a few white colored leaves from a trim in my stash here, and just kind of kept building and layering until I was happy with it. But it's definitely something different for me. So I'm anxious to hear what you say. Let me know what you think, and stay tuned for photos. And don't forget, today, July 8th, is the last day for the sale at Craft Supplies for you to get 25% off. And Julie ships international. She ships all over the world. So I think that's it for right now, guys. Let me know what you think. Bye for now.